Hi, mabuhay everyone. I'm Miguelin Shane B. Almeida. There are many Filipino writers who know them because of what they write. This is the five writer here in Philippines. The Carlos Angeles, Cirilo F. Bautista, Sionil Jose, Merlinda Bobis, Alberto Florentino. Why Filipino writers are important in our society? Because Filipino writers are important to us. They give life to the letters of our history. And because of them, we know the history of the Philippines or the origin of our historical. They bring life to what they write. That's all. Thank you.
He was one of the 1965 awardees for literature, an honor he shared that year with Benigno Aquino Jr. in 2008. He was given a Presidential Medal of Merit for being a distinguished literary figure by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Also, in 2008, he was represented with the Dakilang Pilipino Award by the Consulate General in New York. In 2011, was among the honorees in a tribute to the living legends of Philippine theater. On October 1, 2011, Florentino was one of 12 honors at the Tribute to Filipino Literature, a highlight of the first Filipino-American International Book Festival, PhilBook Fest, held in San Francisco, CA. He immigrated to the U.S. in the early 80s and lived in New York, where his dear daughter Leila took over the role of Miss Saigon on Broadway after Lea Salonga. He recently moved to Portland, Oregon. Alberto Florentino is a Filipino playwright and book publisher. His plays in English center of the conflicts and the everyday lives of ordinary Filipinos. The most famous among his work is The World is an Apple, which earned him his first Palanca Award in 1954 and remains one of the most performed plays in the Philippines. His book of plays include The World is an Apple and other prize plays, The Portable Florentino, Memento Mori, Sang Yugto, Panahon ng Digma, From Book to Stage, among others. He published, edited 75 books under his imprints from 1959 to 2001. Among them were the early works of his colleagues like Jose Garcia Villa and Nick Joaquin, among many others. He was also the main scripter for the television show Balintanaw and was recently the award-winning drama series of the early 60s and 70s, The Show, spearheaded by producer Cecil Goodall, Director Lupita Concho and Nick Leseso, and Florentino was noteworthy for adapting short stories by Filipino writers like Amador, Tid Duego, Nick Joaquin, Jose Garcia Villa, Wilfredo Noledo, Bienvenido Santos, among
Bautista was elevated to the Order of the National Artist or Honor of the Philippines in 2014 by President Benigno Aquino. He is survived by his wife Rosemary and 3 children. Presidential Proclamation No. 809 praised the works and achievements of Cirilo F. Bautista as a poet, fictionist, and essayist have greatly contributed to the development of the country's literary arts and has strengthened the Filipino sense of nationalism. At 2015 testimonial dinner at his alma mater, the University of Santo Tomas Bautista said this of being named national artist It is a kind of confirmation that after 74 years, you know you can write, that he truly did. One of the last living iconic writers of his generation, Bautista wrote poetry, fiction, and essays. His best-known work is the epic poetry trilogy, the Trilogy of Saint Lazarus, made up of the Archipelago in 1970, the Alex Moon in 1981, and the Cyanide of Broken Stones in 1999. A prolific writer, he had written more than 20 books, his last being the poetry collection In Many Ways, Poems 2012 and 2016, published by the University of Santo Tomas Publishing House in 2018. He was also a noted critic and respected teacher. He was literary editor and a columnist for the Manila Bulletin's Philippine Panorama magazine. Bautista was born in Manila on July 9, 1941, growing up in Balik-Balik in Sampaloc. He graduated from the University of Santo Tomas with a degree in A.B. Literature, magna cum laude. He earned his M.A. in Literature from St. Louis University, magna cum laude, and his doctorate in Language and Literature from De La Salle University. He remains the only Filipino to given an honorary degree from the prestigious international program at the University of Iowa. Much published locally and abroad, Bautista was named to the Carlos Palanca Memorial Awards Hall of Fame in 1995, which is given to winner of 5 first prizes. Bautista had won 9 Palanca in all 4 essay, fiction, poetry in both English and Filipino. He had also won first prize in 1998 National Centennial Commission Literary Club. He received the Gawad Malagkas from the Union ng Manunulat ng Pilipinas, among many other activities. Bautista taught at St. Louis University San Beda College and DLSU, where he was Professor Emeritus for Literature and sat on the board of advisors of the Bienvenido Santos Creative Writing Center. He served as Senior Associate at the UST Center for Creative Writing and Studies, a thoughtful man known to his close friends as Marty Bautista. Served as a mentor to countless younger writers through his own efforts and as part of many panels at writing workshops. Bautista had funded the Cirilo F. Bautista Prize for Short Fiction at the National Book Award and the separate Cirilo F. Bautista Prize for the novel. He was also an avid painter, having exhibited his work professionally several times. At 2015 dinner, Bautista spoke about the point of writing poetry, the form he is most identified with. The poem is meant to give delight to the readers, he said. He spoke one truly extraordinary statement that evening, one that seemed to exemplify his life and legacy. For artists, art does not just imitate life, Cirilo F. Bautista said, surrounded by the words he savored and the people he loved. Art becomes the life.
Bautista Sinilce was known as F.T. Sinilce, was Filipino writer who was one of the most widely read in English language. He was born on December 3, 1924 in Rosales, Pampanga and died on January 6, 2022 in Makati Medical Center, Makati. His parents are Sofia Sionel and Antonio Jose, a national artist of the Philippines for literature which was bestowed upon him in 2001. Jose novels and short stories depict the social underpinning of struggles and colonialism in Philippine society, and some of his famous are works are My Brother, My Executioner in 1973, The God Stealer, and Other Stories in 1968, Viajero in 1993, The Pretenders in 1962, Mass in 1973.
Merlin Bobbies is a contemporary Filipino-Australian writer and academic. She was born on November 25, 1959. Her nationality is half Philippine, half Australian. He received an award of Carlos Palanca Memorial for Poetry, and her first novel was The Banana Heart Summer.
The Filipino writers represent the country's finest values in humanism and artistic expression via the unique accomplishment of individuals as one of the honors of the Philippines.